Teddy Swims came to the Kelly Clarkson show with the intention of sharing music, laughter, and stories of his journey from viral sensation to global stardom. Fans expected a soulful performance and warm banter between two powerhouse vocalists who have both carved their own unique paths in music. At first, everything seemed smooth. Teddy spoke about his passion for connecting with fans, and Kelly praised his authenticity. But as the conversation deepened, Kelly steered the topic toward the darker side of fame, specifically the criticism and controversies that have followed Teddy's sudden rise. What started as a thoughtful dialogue quickly grew tense, with Teddy visibly shifting in his chair, his smile fading as the questions grew more pointed. Kelly pressed him on rumors about his struggles with industry pressure, asking if he was truly ready for the spotlight. Teddy, who prides himself on being vulnerable in his music, initially tried to respond with honesty, but Kelly's repeated challenges seemed to strike a nerve. He reminded her that his art spoke for itself, and he didn't owe the world explanations beyond his music. The tension escalated when Kelly suggested that fans also deserved accountability, hinting at recent gossip about his personal life. Teddy, clearly frustrated, leaned forward and told her that dragging unverified rumors into a daytime talk show was unfair and disrespectful. His tone was sharp, his body language defensive, and the audience could feel the energy in the room shift dramatically. The clash reached a boiling point when Kelly attempted to push back, saying that she herself had endured media scrutiny and believed transparency was part of being a public figure. Teddy didn't hold back, firing back that boundaries were necessary, and no artist should feel cornered on live television. His voice grew louder as he declared that he wasn't going to sit and have his integrity questioned in front of millions. Kelly, stunned by the outburst, tried to calm the situation with her usual charm, but the damage had been done. The back and forth had turned into an argument rather than an interview, and viewers at home were glued to their screens in disbelief. Finally, Teddy stood up abruptly, shaking his head in frustration. The audience gasped as he removed his microphone, telling Kelly that he had come to share music and joy, not to defend himself against invasive questioning. Without waiting for a response, he walked off the stage, leaving Kelly and the production team scrambling. Kelly, though clearly rattled, attempted to smooth things over with the audience, acknowledging that live television can be unpredictable. Yet, the atmosphere remained heavy, the echo of Teddy's walkout hanging over the set like a storm cloud. In the aftermath, social media exploded with debate. Clips of Teddy storming off circulated instantly, with some fans praising his courage to stand up for himself, while others accused him of being unprofessional. Critics questioned Kelly's approach, while supporters argued that she was only doing her job as a host. What became undeniable was that the clash had created one of the most shocking moments in the show's history. Teddy Swims's decision to walk off wasn't just about an argument, it became a powerful statement about respect, privacy, and the boundaries between celebrity and the media spotlight. Teddy Swims stepped onto the Kelly Clarkson show expecting a warm conversation about his whirlwind rise to stardom, his soulful music, and the journey that took him from viral sensation to mainstream recognition. At first, the tone was light and joyful as Kelly praised his voice and authenticity, but the energy began to shift when the interview moved beyond music into Teddy's personal struggles and industry pressures. Kelly pressed him about the challenges of sudden fame, asking if he felt prepared for the scrutiny, and while Teddy initially answered with honesty, his demeanor grew tense as the questions became increasingly probing. His eyes narrowed, his posture stiffened, and the once friendly atmosphere suddenly felt charged. The audience, sensing the unease, went quiet as Teddy pushed back, reminding Kelly that while he's open in his music, he doesn't owe explanations about his private life on live television. The tension grew sharper when Kelly referenced recent rumors about Teddy's personal choices, suggesting that accountability was part of being a public figure. Teddy bristled at the comment, leaning forward and calling it unfair for gossip to be aired on a platform that should have been celebrating music. His voice grew more intense as he declared that his art should be enough for people, and he didn't appreciate being cornered by invasive questions. Kelly, clearly caught off guard but trying to keep composure, attempted to smooth things over by pointing out that she herself had faced relentless public scrutiny, framing it as part of the job. But Teddy wasn't having it. His frustration was clear, and the exchange quickly began to feel more like a heated argument than a friendly chat. The breaking point came when Teddy raised his voice, telling Kelly that respect and boundaries matter, and that he had no intention of defending his private life in front of millions. The crowd gasped as his words cut through the air with raw intensity, breaking the usual cheerful rhythm of the show. Kelly tried to regain control of the moment, offering a nervous smile and attempting to lighten the mood, but Teddy had already made up his mind. He pushed his chair back, unhooked his microphone, and with a sharp shake of his head, declared that he had come to share music and positivity, not to be interrogated. The cameras tried to follow as he stood up and began to leave, but producers quickly cut to a wide shot as he walked off the set, leaving Kelly visibly shaken and the audience in stunned silence. Afterward, social media erupted in debate. Clips of the walkout spread instantly, with fans divided between those who admired Teddy for standing up for his boundaries and those who criticized him for being unprofessional on national television. Kelly's supporters argued that she was only doing her job as a host, while others accused her of crossing a line by dragging gossip into the interview. Regardless of which side people took, one thing was clear: this clash had created one of the most unforgettable and shocking moments in the Kelly Clarkson show's history. Teddy Swims' walk-off wasn't just about an argument, it became a statement on fame, privacy, and the limits of media intrusion, leaving viewers with a moment they would be talking about for a long time to come. Teddy Swims appeared on the Kelly Clarkson show with high expectations from both his fans and the show's loyal audience. Known for his powerhouse vocals and raw emotional delivery, Teddy was expected to perform, share stories about his journey through music, and enjoy a lighthearted exchange with Kelly. At first, things unfolded exactly that way. Teddy spoke about his humble beginnings, his viral rise to fame, and his excitement for the future. Kelly, ever the warm and engaging host, praised his authenticity and talent. But the conversation shifted unexpectedly when Kelly began to probe deeper into Teddy's personal life, asking pointed questions about the pressures of sudden fame and rumors circulating in the media. The once friendly dialogue quickly took a more serious, uncomfortable tone that neither Teddy nor the audience seemed ready for. As Kelly pressed further, she referenced recent speculation about Teddy's struggles with balancing his career and private life. Teddy's demeanor visibly changed. He leaned back, crossed his arms, and his tone grew sharper. He reminded Kelly that while he poured his heart into his music for the world to hear, that did not give others the right to pry into the corners of his personal life. Kelly attempted to justify the questions by suggesting that transparency is part of what fans expect from celebrities, especially those who become overnight sensations. This explanation, however, only added fuel to the fire. Teddy fired back that authenticity in music doesn't mean surrendering every aspect of one's life to public consumption, and the tension on set became palpable. The audience watched in stunned silence as the clash grew fiercer. Teddy's voice, normally associated with soulful melodies, carried an edge of frustration and defiance. He accused the show of turning what should have been a celebration of art into an interrogation. Kelly, though visibly rattled, tried to maintain composure, saying that she too had endured scrutiny and understood the pressures of fame. But Teddy wasn't having it. He argued that boundaries matter and that no one, regardless of fame, should be forced to defend themselves on live television. The crowd shifted uneasily, sensing that this was no longer an ordinary interview but a moment spiraling out of control. The breaking point came suddenly. Teddy shook his head, pushed back his chair, and removed his microphone with a sharp tug. The audience gasped as he stood, declaring that he had come to share music and joy, not to be cross-examined about gossip. Without waiting for a response, he turned and walked off the stage, leaving Kelly and the production team scrambling to regain control. Kelly, though clearly shaken, forced a nervous smile and addressed the audience, saying live television always brings surprises. But even her charm couldn't disguise the weight of what had just happened. The set felt heavy, the moment unforgettable, and the silence that followed spoke louder than any words. In the aftermath, social media exploded with reactions. Clips of Teddy storming off the set circulated widely, sparking heated debates among fans and critics alike. Some praised Teddy for standing his ground and demanding respect for his boundaries, while others accused him of being unprofessional and overreacting on national television. Kelly herself faced scrutiny, with some arguing she had crossed a line, while others defended her as simply doing her job. Regardless of opinion, one thing was certain: the fiery confrontation between Teddy Swims and Kelly Clarkson had etched itself into talk show history, serving as a reminder of the fragile line between authenticity, privacy, and the relentless curiosity of the media.